Among the numerous social problems followed by development, starvation would be a global highlight of all time. In the world population, more than 690 million people is suffering from hunger. Meanwhile, the number is still growing exponentially. Hong Kong, having a nominal GDP per capita of $45,000, is one of the most competitive cities in the world. In such an affluent city, the problem of starvation might be overlooked by most of us. At the dark side of the city, these minorities are struggling day to day for survival, feeling desperate of life. This is certainly not a small problem. Lack of access to food and poverty are two major causes of starvation. It was claimed that the food produced is sufficient to satisfy the current population. Who can we blame for the unequal distribution of food? The government? The singer's principles state that one should sacrifice much to prevent bad things from happening. Between the moderate and strong version of principle, it is impossible for the government to choose a latter that it is irrational in terms of economic sustainability. But even if we put the discussion at the ground of moderate version, what is the standard of enough? Given the high complexity of decision-making and the wide scope of management, it is difficult to judge the government in such issue. On the contrary, we, being the biggest stakeholder of all time, have the closest distance to the problem. The consideration of individual hidden costs is much simpler and more straightforward. There are 3,600 tons of food waste per day. Should I buy this amount of vegetables? Can I finish the whole bowl of rice? These are some basic questions that one could think twice before each transaction. Normal citizens, being the main driving force of the society, are playing the most fundamental and critical role upon the issue of starvation. This is not their problem, but our problem. Take action and make Hong Kong a better city.